Two persons of interest have been named in the Stephen Smith case, but get this, guys, none of them have the last name Murdoch, y'all. What?
P-A-S-C-A-L.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Pascal back at it again with another pop-up video. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and on Twitter, The Pascal Show, one word. Hit that like button down below, and let's not forget to crush that subscribe button if this is your first time checking out this channel right here. Anyway, we got to jump into this one. This is a quick one for you guys. We've been closely following this case of Stephen Smith, the young boy that was found, young teen that was found in the middle of the road after allegedly going and getting gas for his car. His wallet was found inside the car, so on and so forth. The way he was left in the middle of the road is strange. It's all very weird, okay? But of course, we've been watching this quite closely lately because of Alec Murdaugh being found guilty of taking the lives of his son and his wife. Now, this obviously sparked and unearthed this case, and now they're going into it very, very deeply. Now, what's very interesting is, as of a few hours ago, this just got reported a few hours ago, according to a source, Stephen Smith's body has been exhumed. Now, they were planning on doing this. The parents were raising money for the exhumation of their son so that they can actually get another independent autopsy on his body to find out exactly what happened to him, because the way he, like I said earlier, the way he left this planet is very, very odd. And of course, the family has a lot of suspicions towards the Murdaugh family, basically them thinking that, through rumors, etc., that maybe Buster had something to do with this. But now we're getting some new information, which is very, very interesting, okay? So obviously, as you can see, body has been exhumed. So they're about to go down and do their due diligence and hopefully get closer to finding the truth of what the heck happened to this young man, okay? But there's been new information. Now there are new names, okay, which I just showed you guys that, but there's a bombshell report where it names persons of interest in his demise, in his unaliving. Okay, so we got to look at some of this here really quick, okay, because this is some wild stuff in my personal opinion. And again, did not expect this. I was expecting to hear or see some proof of maybe Buster being involved, etc., once they get into more investigation on this. But they say here, South Carolina authorities have zeroed in on two persons of interest in the 2015 homicide of Stephen Smith, who was found unalive in the middle of the road miles from Alex Murdaugh's former hunting estate, according to a bombshell new report from Fitz News. Rumors have swirled that the Murdaughs were somehow involved in the 19-year-old's July 2015 slaying, and the name of the once powerful legal dynasty is referenced dozens of times in the original Highway Patrol report. But the SLED, okay, which, I have my personal opinions about SLED, has identified Patrick Wilson and Sean Connolly as persons of interest, neither of whom are Murdaughs, according to the local news site. SLED didn't immediately return a request for comment. Wilson and Connolly could not immediately be reached. Understandably, I'm sure they're hiding behind lawyers and representatives and what have you, okay? Both Wilson and Connolly lived in the area near where Stephen's body was found, and there is information obtained by SLED investigators which has reportedly drawn a sharper focus on them as potential suspects. This is what Fitz News said, okay, in a report. Now, just a little bit. About 5 months after Smith's demise, Wilson's stepfather, Darrell Williams, allegedly called investigators with a tip. His stepson, he said, told him that Connolly was driving a vehicle when it struck and unalived Stephen Smith. Wilson and Connolly were teenagers at the time. They were all teenagers at the time. SLED opened a homicide investigation into Smith's demise on June 23rd, 2021, about 2 weeks after Murdaugh fatally took the life of Maggie and his wife Maggie and his son Paul. Okay. Smith was found 10 miles away from the Murdaugh hunting estate, where the mother and son also lost their lives. Speculation raged in the wake of Alec's conviction for the double M that his living son, Buster, was involved. Earlier this month, Buster issued a statement denying he had anything to do with Smith's demise, which we read recently. And he's basically said, hey, I am just trying to grieve. I have nothing to do with this. I look forward to be exonerated. I look forward to being vindicated of these allegations. A lawyer for Smith's mother, Sandy Smith, told Fox News Digital there was no evidence the Murdaughs were connected to the unaliving. We have no, and this is what he said, we have no direct knowledge that any Murdaugh was involved in any shape or form in Stephen's demise. This is what Eric Bland, their lawyer, said. He added that Smith was openly gay and that the case had the earmarking of a HC. Of course, I can't say these words, unfortunately. Got to use these code words, but you can see it right there. Okay. Hate crime. I'll just say it once. Okay. The local news site also published Highway Patrol investigators' initial 2015 interviews with Sandy Smith, Stephen Smith's twin sister, Stephanie, a man with whom Smith allegedly had a one-night stand, and Smith's then boyfriend, Mark Brickhart. Investigators interviewed a divorced lawyer of a divorced father of one who said he came across an ad Smith had posted on Craigslist, and the two had a one-night stand about a week before the unaliving. No money was exchanged, the man said. Sandy later, the mother, later contacted him. He told police and said she suspected foul play. He allegedly told her that there was a remote possibility that Smith's demise might be somehow related to his very graphic ads on Craigslist. There are some crazy people out there, he allegedly told her. So apparently he said that he had exchanged text messages with Stephen Smith as late as 3:37 a.m., less than a half hour before his body was found. Now, of course, we can go into this more, and I will most likely do this as a live with you guys at some point so we can dive into this more. But main thing to take away here is that they have two names right now, Patrick Wilson and Sean Connolly, that are looked at as persons of interest, and none of it, I repeat, none of them are Buster. Now, the thing is of course, I got questions about this. I got plenty of questions. Is this a cover-up? Is this more of a cover-up? Or is this SLED 5-0, detectives, investigators really doing their due diligence and finding the exact truth of what exactly happened to this young man? Now, if he really was on Craigslist or on any other sites throwing out some very explicit kind of content to, let's just call it come hither content, to attract men to meet with him for some, some late night whatevers, you know what I'm saying? That is something that is new to me, and that's something I feel like a lot of us are still trying to learn. But the main thing we have to take away is, number one, two persons of interest have been named. None of them are Buster. Number two, the body has been exhumed. They are going to do their investigation. They're going to do their due diligence so that they can really find out what exactly happened. Because you got to remember, they said that he was hit by a car, by like a side view mirror, and then the car ran off, like a hit and run type of situation. Nothing around his body, how his body was found, if there was any evidence around his body, none of it leads us to that conclusion of there being a hit and run situation here. This could have been a rendezvous that went very bad, that went south quickly. Anything is possible with this situation. But now we can look at this situation and see that maybe Buster really is innocent. There's a good possibility that he didn't do anything. So anyway, that's the video. Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Obviously, I'm going to step back. I want to see what they say as far as the investigation as they dive deeper into the information here. But it is interesting that Buster could be innocent here, guys. He could. But then again, he may not be either. You got to remember that interview or the note that the mother wrote that she was hearing from classmates of Buster maybe being involved in this situation. I know that's all rumor and hearsay, and we have to look at that as just rumor and hearsay. But it is still interesting nonetheless that why would his name, why would Buster's name be circulating out here attached to the demise of this young Stephen Smith? Anyway, guys, that's the video. Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. I got questions. But then again, this could very well be what actually happened to Stephen Smith, and it may not have anything to do with Buster. So anyway, comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit that like button and most definitely crush that subscribe button. It'd be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. Anyway, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys in the next video. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.